Director General of National Human Rights Commission, Tony Ojukwu, said that as a result of the lockdown of the economy to contain the spread of the coronavirus, many Nigerians suffered human rights abuse, including illegal arrests and detentions and extrajudicial killings. Ojukwu said that rape and other sexual abuses also rose exponentially, forcing the Commission to activate its protective mandate and partnership with civil society organizations to respond to the situation. He promised that in collaboration with its development partners, the Human Rights Commission will work with the National Agency for the Control of HIV and AIDS to address the human rights abuses occasioned by both the coronavirus and HIV and AIDS.
Lockdowns have led to an upsurge in law enforcement-related violations of human rights, including extrajudicial killings, illegal arrests, and detention. Our country further faced the largest number of reported rape and other sexual and gender-based violence within the given period. As you'll be hearing later today, the National Human Rights Commission, in partnership with civil society organizations and development partners, responded to these unprecedented violations using our promotion and protective mandates. The National Human Rights Commission is today pledging its mandate towards strengthening efforts in ensuring that human rights are integrated as a bulwark for effective and people-centered implementation of national responses to HIV and AIDS and the COVID-19 pandemics.
The Director General of National Agency for the Control of AIDS, Dr. Lee Ugambo, observed that any disease that spreads through human contact creates stigmatization and discrimination, which are human rights violations. Dr. Gambo said that it is possible to fight such violation and gender-based violence through the mobilization of citizens to demand for services that provide information on their status and access to services that control and mitigate the diseases. He called for equity in accessing the services necessary for the control of both coronavirus and HIV.
Now realizing that any disease that is associated with unpleasant consequences and outcome, any disease that can be contacted via human contact, whatever, can be a source of stigmatization, discrimination, gender-based violence, and human rights issues. It has given me confidence that yes, it is possible to fight stigma and discrimination and succeed. Yes, it is possible to fight gender-based violence. Yes, it is possible to mobilize citizens to demand for services. Yes, it is possible to get Nigerians to request for HIV testing, to come forward to test for HIV, to know about their HIV status, without any fear, without anybody molesting them, or anybody harassing them, or anybody stigmatizing and discriminating against them.
The Executive Director, United Nations Program on HIV and AIDS, Winnie Biami, who expressed happiness at the collaboration between the two agencies, said that UN agency would support those engaged in tackling and challenging the mindset of Nigeria on human rights.
It is about getting minds to change, and it's important to start with the leaders, to challenge our leaders, religious leaders, traditional leaders, women leaders in their associations, youth leaders, to accept, to tolerate. It is important, but tackling the social norms and shifting them is as important, and let's work together on that. We will be investing more on that as UNAIDS, supporting those who are tackling changing mindsets.
The National Human Rights Commission and the National Agency for the Control of AIDS are now to work together to eradicate stigmatization and discrimination against affected persons, as well as reduce gender-based violence in Nigeria. In Abuja, Chibueze Obi for Signature TV.